Hello class, I jumped to the part T diagram in this video series. I'm actually filming this I'll probably rearrange the videos a little bit, so my example drawing might be a little more forward from where you were looking at in the set, but that's okay. Because what I want to show in this one is how to do these sort of rounded corners. There's an easy way to do it, and it sort of softens the edges and works really nicely to have fields where you're not really, it really sort of makes it like, hey, I haven't really defined this exactly. Like the property line, that's a hard corner because that is real. But the fill is just an idea. So rounding corners is a good way to sort of get that sense across. So now this is obviously my opportunities, which I'm sort of recreating here, doesn't have that. So I'm going to have to just maybe draw it off to the side as an idea. I think it's relevant to do. So I'm going to make a new layer. I guess I already have that done. I'm going to call it rounded shape. And I'm just going to have my fill to be a certain color. I think I had it pinkish in that part T, so I'm going to do pink, and the line was a gray line in that case, so I could do black if I wanted to. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle, or I can draw any shape really. Maybe it's this block. And I'm drawing it off to the side here just because it's a different diagram. And I set up the shape basically like I did this, so the line weight would have been thicker, and I can do all this work now, and I can do a dash line and change my dash and gap spacing just like I did in other videos to get a line just like this. But now I want to round the corners of this one. And there's a couple different ways of doing it, but I like going up to Effect and then going to Effect and going to stylize and going to round corners, and I'm going to hit the preview button, and we can see that by default it came up for me on this number, but I can raise up this number to make it more rounded or lower it down to make it less rounded, or type in any number that I want. But I think 0.25 looks pretty good, so I will set that there, and there we go. And if I wanted to change the rounding, I have to go back to the appearances like I did in some other videos. So I'm going to go to appearances. We see rounded corners is here. I just click on it and I can make it smaller, or I can make it larger as needed, and say OK. And in the case of my last video, there was also transparency, which was only on the fill, so it would change that transparency here as I've shown in previous video. And I can make a sort of a nice soft shape with rounded edges pretty easily, just like that. It's a good tool to know.